The member for Gippsland.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And I rise to present a petition approved by the Standing Committee on Petitions. And this petition is in direct response to the Rudd government's flawed decision to change the eligibility criteria for students seeking to access the independent rate of youth allowance. Deputy Speaker, I join with the petitioners in highlighting the simple fact that these changes to the youth allowance place another barrier to university participation for students in regional areas. They unfairly discriminate against students currently undertaking a gap year, and they contradict other efforts to increase university participation by rural and regional students. The petition contains 4,530 signatures and is in addition to the 206 signatures already collected in Gippsland and presented to the House on the same issue. Indeed, Deputy Speaker, as a member of the Petitions Committee, I can report there are several other petitions circulating throughout regional communities on this topic, and the total number of signatures which have been formally approved by the Standing Committee on Petitions is now approaching 15,000. That's 15,000 Australian students, parents and teachers who are angry and frustrated with the proposed changes put forward by the Rudd government. I believe there will be many more petitions tabled in the weeks ahead, with thousands of other additional signatures to come. There have also been several community meetings and rallies throughout the nation where people have expressed their anger with the government's decision. In addition, Deputy Speaker, my office has forwarded 50 emails and letters to the Deputy Prime Minister's office and Gippslanders who are expressing their concerns with these proposals. The Minister has actually accused the opposition of scaremongering. She also said it was a very silly question when I asked her to guarantee that students currently on their gap year would not be financially penalised under the government's changes. Well, there's 15,000 Australians who have already made it clear to me that they don't think we are scaremongering, and the only one who's being silly is the Minister, who simply won't listen to these concerns. The most insidious part of the proposed changes is the way it penalises students who are currently on their gap year. I've met with many of these students in Gippsland and they are bitterly disappointed. They are unsure what their future holds and they don't understand why the Labor Party would act in this manner. Do we really want these students to have their first experience of our great democracy being disenfranchised and having the rug pulled out from under their feet when they have done the right thing and followed the rules as they applied at the end of Year 12? These proposed changes to the criteria for achieving independent status are a real kick in the guts to country kids who have done the right thing. They followed those rules, they took the advice of their parents, of their teachers, their principals and even in some cases Centrelink officers, and now the government is acting without consultation and without warning to compromise their chances of achieving independent status and to receive the full income support that was previously available to them. Deputy Speaker, that $370 per fortnight is the difference between going to university and pursuing your dreams or being locked out of tertiary studies for many rural and regional students. For these rural and regional students who face the huge additional costs of relocation and establishing a new home, the independent youth allowance and the criteria that previously existed was a lifeline for them to be able to support their parents at a very difficult time in their lives. Speaker, this petition is not silly, it's not scaremongering, it is about country people standing up for a fair go, and I urge the Minister to reconsider this decision.